Good afternoon, good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. This is not. All right, try again. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. This item is out of the Blue Ridge District. 640 requests a special exception permit with possible conditions for a private school in the residential R1 use district and on and adjacent to 2941 Webster Road, identified on the tax maps as section 109, parcels 127, 128, and 129. This just shows you the surrounding zoning and use of the property. All adjacent uses surrounding this site are single-family dwellings. As you all know, this is the site of the former Colonial Elementary School. It served as the elementary school up until 2021, at which point it was sold to 640 by the Botetourt County Economic Development Authority in June of 2023. Just for a little background of the site itself, the total size of the site is 10.36 acres. Again, the site was used for the old Colonial Elementary School site. When it moved in 2021, it has not been occupied since, so it's just been sitting vacant. A little information about the building itself. It's 78,000 square feet. Features include administrative office space, approximately 20 classrooms, an auditorium, a library, a multimedia center, nurse's office, music room, gymnasium, and cafeteria. Other features of the site include a parking lot to accommodate bus, van, and car access, a public recycling station, a walking track, and approximately 2 athletic fields and 2 playgrounds. This just gives you a couple views of the property itself. To the left is one of the playgrounds referenced. To the back there, you can't quite see it, but those are one of the athletic fields mentioned. That big square portion of the building, that is the gymnasium. To the front here, primarily this area is used for the bus lanes to pull in. There's also the administrative office space that I referenced, the library, and a couple classrooms to the right. Here to the far left, this is primarily where car and van drop off occurs. Towards the very back, that little blue configuration that you see includes the other playground. The cafeteria is back there, and other class space is here as well. As far as the proposed development, again, 640 will be the owners and operators of the school. 640 is registered as an IRS nonprofit and will be overseen by a board of directors. Enrollment proposed is kindergarten through 12th grade. Hours of operation will be from 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. It's important to note that no external changes are being proposed to the site at this time. There are some internal repairs that will need to be made, primarily to damage on the building's roof. Any repairs to the building itself will be required to go through a building and zoning permit process if the SCP is approved tonight. Just a couple other things. In addition to education administrative staff, the school will employ both a building manager and a maintenance manager. On the application, 640 has indicated they seek an occupancy rate of 92% in order to be financially self-sustaining. Staff are suggesting a few conditions. The first condition is the SCP approval shall not exempt the use from meeting the requirements of the Botetourt County Noise Ordinance. The second condition states that all other specifications and general provisions shall be met as required by the Botetourt County zoning ordinance, and in no instance shall the zoning conditions exempt a project from any state, local, or federal development requirements, except where allowed by the zoning ordinance. We have received a few comments, all in favor of the request. We have not received any comments opposing the request as of this presentation. That is all I have. I believe the applicant is in attendance. We're happy to answer any questions you may have at this time.
Education. According to the Department of Education, we do not need to be accredited. We may seek accreditation though in the future.
Do you plan on using buses, or will it all be parent transportation?
At this time, it'll just be parent transportation.
Any other questions, board members? If not, I'm going to go ahead and open up to the public. So, open up our public hearing. I have two individuals that like to speak. Walter Michael.
Residents of Valley, Amsterdam, as well as Fincastle districts. You hold in your hands tonight the desires of not only 640 Corporation, not only the citizens of the Blue Ridge District, not only the citizens of Valley, Amsterdam, and Fincastle districts, but also our future generations. The citizens want this school to succeed and to open as soon as possible. Therefore, I ask you to please approve this SCP before you tonight and get this school open soon. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Next is Sue Palmer.
Thank you very much. I also ask that you approve the special exemptions request by the 640 Corporation. I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of the alumni of Colonial, of which I graduated the last class in 1959 from the high school before Lord Botetourt and James River opened. I think most of you were on the board when we presented 890 signatures on a petition to ask you as the Board of Supervisors to save our historic landmark, this building that has a great history in our county and was built in 1939. I want to thank you so much for your consideration of trying not only to preserve this historic building, but through giving the process through the Economic Development Authority and allowing representation from the community to participate in reviewing the proposals. We're so happy to have this good neighbor, the 640 Corporation, come into our community and continue the opportunity for not only people in the community, but for young children to continue to have education. There's a great deal of support from people who I have spoken with. And I thank you again for your support of trying to do what is right with an historic landmark and serving the people of Botetourt. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else like to talk about this? Not, I'll close the public hearing. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I have a few remarks I'd like to make. I remember some time ago, I got a call from Sue Palmer, wanting to know what we were going to do with that building down there. They wanted to keep it in Blue Ridge and use it. And I think they had a list of probably 40 different things that we could use it for, but they finally come to the conclusion they'd like to use it for the little school that they're going to propose now. They have been very adamant on this. They've worked hard. They've gone down and cleaned the place out. A lot of the work they've done themselves and cleaned it up. And they're very energetic and very happy about what's going to be coming. And they do want to see this come to fruition. I would also like to see it come to fruition. It's something that they're proud of. They've worked on for a number of months, and they want to see this thing start using it for what it's been used in the past, to educate children. And of course, adults too, back in 1959, but not now. But anyway, I would certainly support this, and I would like to see us approve this. And so they can go ahead and get on with the work and try to get this thing opened up and working for the community. A lot of the people in the community have supported this, not from just Blue Ridge, but other areas as well. And I think they've done a good work trying to get this built up and raising money. It's hard to raise money with bake sales when you've got a big price to pay on some of the repairs. But they've tried that, they've worked hard, and I fully support it.
Good. Anybody else? If not, do I hear a motion? Now, understand that this is the vote for the two things. The SCP approval shall not exempt from the use of the median requirements of Botetourt County noise ordinance. Those are the following conditions, as well as all other specifications and general provisions shall be met as required by Botetourt County zoning ordinance. In no instance shall the zoning conditions exempt a project from any local, state, or federal development requirements, except where allowed by the zoning ordinance.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion to approve.
Any discussion? No discussion? Okay, second. No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.
Much.
So that concludes our meeting. And Mr. Martin?
Mr. Chairman, motion to adjourn. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.